Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today, this is kind of a pop-up, will be a pop-up video if I can get it all edited and everything for a Friday evening, I think. But I wanted to, my video for my burlap wreath will be going up tomorrow morning. But I wanted to go ahead and make a little something special for Chris and I for this Easter weekend, since we're not going to be spending it with anybody else, you know, just the two of us here. So I thought I would try to do just a little something from the past for us that we both really like, and that will be a little bit of a splurge for us. And that is the easiest, peasiest pound cake you would ever want to make, y'all. I am not even kidding. This was what I thought to be my grandmother's recipe, but what I really think she did was just grab it off the side of the Duncan Hines cake mix box. Years ago, she was pretty famous for doing that. That's where I found that's where she found my cheesecake recipe that I make. So this is the same thing. It's very easy. We're gonna get to that cake in just a minute. But, and anyway, this pound cake is a favorite of my whole family's and also of Kristen's school. She makes this every year for her tea, you know, for their little tea, which they weren't able to have this year, their Mother's Day tea. And she makes this every year, and she has to make it in double and 2 cakes or 3 cakes, because she gives them to the other teachers too to pass out, or other teachers in the school. There's another teacher up in the 5th grade whose class really likes it. So this is a really popular recipe around here, and it is so easy, and it is foolproof. I promise you it's foolproof. But what I'm gonna do to doctor it up a little bit when we're ready to sit down and eat it is you saw me cutting up some strawberries. So I cut up a whole pound of strawberries and just cut them into bite-sized pieces. And now I'm gonna add 4 tablespoons. Yes, 4 tablespoons, not 4 teaspoons, not a teaspoon, not 1 tablespoon, 4 tablespoons of sugar to these strawberries. I want them nice and sweet, and I'm gonna be doing something called macerating. I'll be macerating the strawberries. So by adding sugar to the strawberries and letting them sit, they make their own juice, and it's really sweet, and they make their own syrup almost. So let me put my camera down here. First, I hope y'all are doing okay. I'm not, you know, like I said, I'm not made up. My hair's not perfect. I'm just popping in here to share this recipe with y'all because it's easy peasy. I hope everybody's doing okay with their isolation and that you're faring okay and all of that. You know, I've been saying it in every video, you guys. My heart goes out to all of you and all of us and everybody around the world. So, all right, let's get on with this. I don't want this to be a super duper duper long video here. Okay, here's my strawberries. Here's my sugar bowl. My tablespoon. And I'm gonna put 4 Yeah, I didn't have something sweet. I want it to be sweet, you know? So then you just mix them up, and I'm just gonna let them sit on the counter here while I'm making this cake. And then I'll eventually put them in the refrigerator, and I serve the pound cake with strawberries and Cool Whip, just a little dollop of Cool Whip on it. And it is tasty, very, very tasty. So there we go. There's the strawberries. Okay. All right, so let's get to making this cake. I'm not gonna get my big mixer out. I'm just gonna mix it in this. And what you need is just 1 Duncan Hines cake mix, yellow cake mix, a box of instant vanilla pudding. You can also use French vanilla. It's fine too. I've also had a friend who's used butterscotch, and she really liked that too. But I like regular vanilla, instant vanilla pudding. 4 eggs, a cup of water, and 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. And that's it, y'all. That's all that goes in this cake. Now I want to prepare my pan before I mix this up. Now y'all are going to laugh at me. This is the oldest bundt pan known to man. First thing I want to do is grease the bottom of this bundt pan with just, you know, regular Crisco, which we needed to pick up some of this. I didn't have any of this just sitting around, which I normally do, you know. So we're just going to grease this bundt pan. And then take a smidge of flour. Aren't these fancy? Aren't my canisters fancy, buddy? I tell you. I don't like that kind of stuff sitting out on my counter, so I don't normally care. So there's flour. And all I'm going to do is just, you know, push this around the pan. I'm going to do it over my garbage here, over my sink. And just flour. You know, get that flour to stick where you put the, you know, the Crisco. And that'll help the cake not to, you know, stick to the pan. I'm going to get my cake mix. I just pour everything in at one time and mix it all up at one time, y'all. With this one, I'm telling you, it is foolproof. And then my pudding, if I had a nickel. For every time I've made this cake through the years, oh my goodness, I'd be rich. Okay, I need a cup of water, and then I'm just gonna make that 1.5 cups in total because I need 1/2 cup of oil. Go ahead and pour that in. 4 eggs. There we go. Thank goodness it didn't break. Sorry. 3. Oh my Lord. Now my hands are all slippery. And 4. Oh my gracious. Watch Arlene cook and make a mess. All right. So then all we do, hand mixer here, and mix this up until it's nice and combined. Okay, bring over my pan. I poured a decrepit pan. All right, I'm going to give up. Just got it on my spoons back there too. I am batting 1,000 here. Anyway, this is what I try to do this in a hurry, kind of. Bounce it to get the air out of it. And that will be that, y'all. And I've got my oven set at 350. And it is to temperature, so I'm going to put it in. And set my timer for 50 minutes. Well, I made a hot mess. I was a hot mess over there, wasn't I? Goodness gracious. Thank goodness you guys have seen me cook before and you know I'm not that much of a mess. It'll take me 15 minutes just to clean up my mess. Oh my goodness. I'm not usually a messy cook. But anyway, all I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and say my final words now. I may come back later for a quick taste test, or you may just get a picture of it done. Probably I'll take a picture, I don't know. Depends on what I have to do for the rest of the day. But anyway, let me just go into some final words here and say thank you all so much for stopping in here real quick for this a nice little visit, and I hope you will give this really easy peasy recipe a try. It is easy. It is foolproof. It comes out every single solitary time, y'all. I'm not even kidding. So let me just go into some final words. I feel like I'm wrenching my neck here. There we go. Let me go into some final words and say that I hope that all is well with everyone. And for those of you who may be struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, I hope you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very, very best out of each day. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits, hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. And with all that said, I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Come back. I'll probably do a taste test, no matter what I look like. I'll probably do a taste test. I'm thinking I'm going to deteriorate as the day goes on. My hair does not last very long in the day. Anyway, all right. See you in a little bit. Bye. Hey everyone, I'm back and my cake is out of the oven. There it is, set up beautifully. And as you can see, it pulled away from the sides of the pan. So I am going to put a little knife around it just to loosen it, just in case it needs to be loosened. And then we're going to dump it out on a plate here and I'm going to taste it for you. Say a prayer for me. Let's hope it comes out of this pan. It does every time. Now that I'm doing it on camera, you watch it not. And with the other bloopers in this video, I don't know what's gonna happen. So we're gonna give it a try. So I'll be right back. Let me put my camera down. Okay, here we go. I've got just a butter knife. I'm just gonna take it around the edges. And just right around the center, just a little bit, just to loosen it. My plate. Over we go. Ta-da! There it is. A little bit sticky, but not too bad. Oh my goodness. It looks delicious. And I'll tell you what, I'm just going to put aluminum foil over this. It's still just a smidge warm underneath, and I'm just going to put aluminum foil over it. I'm not going to put it in a cake stand and all that. So I'm just going to cut a tiny little piece here, just to taste for you guys. Just a little one. I'll have a big piece after dinner. But y'all, look at this. It is so moist. I am not even kidding. Look how moist. It is so good. So on my little plate here, I'm just going to let that cool the rest of the way. Here's my strawberries. And look at this. See that syrup in there? They are really good. I'm just going to put just a little spoonful on. And a little bit of the syrup. Okay, pick my camera back up and we'll taste this. Okay, gathering up a little piece on my fork here, and let's go. Oh my goodness, I didn't put any Cool Whip on this, but you can be sure I will after dinner. Oh my gracious. This is another one of my recipes that when I take a bite of it, it just brings back tons and tons and tons of memories. You know, that my grandma used to have one of these every time we went to her house. She always made a pot of chili and a pound cake every time we, excuse me, went to visit up in Western Maryland, up to her house. And bless her heart, you know, I have so many of her little recipes and things like that. It just touches my heart to be creating them here in 2020 when she created them back in the 60s and 70s, you know? This recipe has stood the test of time for sure, you guys. So do give it a try. Like I said, it's a favorite at Kristen's school. Everybody loves it. Everybody that I've ever given this recipe to just loves it, you know? So, alrighty, you guys. So I've said my final words already, so I'll just say, until next time, again, until next time, please excuse all my bloopers in this one. My goodness, I was a hot mess. But anyway, I got you this recipe, and you can find it in the description too. So, all right, y'all have a happy, happy, happy Easter. I don't think I say it in my video tomorrow, but I want to say it now to you guys. Have a happy and blessed Easter. Even though we can't be with those we love and who love us, I know we can celebrate the day as it's meant to be celebrated. And, you know, turn on church, y'all, online, turn on church. And, you know, take a listen to the Easter Sunday services that I'm sure will be resonating all around this country and around the world. So, happy, happy, happy Easter. Love y'all to bits. I'll catch you next time. Alrighty. Bye-bye.